I'm still trying to process the tragic events that unfolded during my stay at Clube Albufeira Garden Village, Albuhera. As I sit here, reliving the memories, I'm overcome with a sense of disappointment, frustration, and sadness. It's like a dark cloud has settled over me, refusing to budge. I arrived with my loved ones, eager to create cherished memories in this supposed four-star haven. But dear listeners, it was a nightmare from the get-go. We needed specific accommodations, downstairs for my mom, who requires a mobility scooter, and a two-bedroom unit for our family of 5. But oh, the incompetence. No booking in place, and when they finally sorted it out, the key wouldn't even open the door. Can you imagine? We spent an entire hour sitting outside on the road, waiting for someone to let us in. And when they finally did, my mom was relegated to an upstairs apartment, inaccessible for her wheelchair. It's like they didn't bother to understand our needs. And then, the apartment itself. It was like they had forgotten the concept of cleanliness. Food residue and mold in the fridge, stains on the walls, and a general griminess that made my skin crawl. The wardrobes reeked of dust, as if they hadn't been wiped down in ages. The beds uncomfortable with 2 separate single beds instead of a proper double bed. The air conditioning, barely functional, housekeeping, a joke. They'd come in but never did a proper clean. It's like they thought we were some kind of inferior beings, not worthy of basic human decency. But the staff, oh, the staff, dismissive, unhelpful, and condescending. They'd tell us to wait days for the manager to resolve our issues, only to find out later that the manager was available all along. Restaurant service, slow, rude, and inexcusable. 40 minutes for 2 toasties on the first day, unacceptable. And don't even get me started on the manager's response when we finally met with her. She apologized, yes, but it was too little, too late. The damage was done. I'm still haunted by the memory of the shower in our unit. Completely unusable, infested with ants, and prone to locking us inside. We had to cancel plans, and I felt trapped, helpless. The front door would repeatedly lock from the inside, putting us in a potentially dangerous situation. Can you imagine the anxiety, the fear of being stuck? And what about the breakfast hours? Or the checkout time? They didn't bother to inform us of these basic details, as if we were supposed to somehow magically know. It's like they wanted us to fail, to struggle. I'm torn between anger and sadness, frustration and despair. How could Clube Albufeira Garden Village, Albufeira, be so negligent, so heartless? Don't they understand that their actions have consequences, that they're playing with people's emotions, their trust? As I look back, I'm reminded of the countless times I've heard the phrase, "You get what you pay for." But dear friends, that's not an excuse for subpar service, for a lack of basic human empathy. We paid for a 4-star experience, and what did we get? A 1-star nightmare. So I ask you, dear listeners, have you ever
The dark truth about businesses near Clube Albufeira Garden Village. Albufeira ** businesses near Clube Albufeira Garden Village, Albufeira, are a masterclass in disappointment. If you were hoping for charm, efficiency, or basic competence, prepare to lower your expectations dramatically. Let's start with shopping. Algarve shopping is less of a retail paradise and more of a pickpocket training ground. Visitors report catching thieves red-handed, only to find mall security mysteriously absent. One shopper spent an hour playing detective, warning store employees, who shrugged as if crime were just part of the ambience. Then there's the customer service, or lack of it. Staff ignore patrons mid-calculation, security guards harass people for sitting too long, and charging points don't work when you need them most. Even the shuttle service is a myth, leaving guests stranded with zero accountability. And if you dare step into Sephora, brace yourself for staff who treat customers like intruders, unless you're lucky enough to encounter the one pleasant employee. Now spas should be relaxing. 7 Spa Albufeira is anything but. Privacy, forget it. Male staff wander into women's changing rooms like lost tourists. Cleaning crews douse the air in chemicals while guests are still soaking in the pools. Then there's the billing. Quotes change overnight, services paid for mysteriously vanish, and managers respond to complaints with the warmth of a tax auditor. One family was charged double the promised rate, another received half the treatment they booked, and when they protested, the manager cornered them with 2 employees for a confrontation. The jacuzzi, broken, the smell, chlorine mixed with mold. The vibe, a chaotic blend of neglect and hostility. Hungry, the Indian sizzler serves regret disguised as food. Garlic chili chicken arrives dry as cardboard, tandoori grills induce vomiting, and staff treat takeaway requests like personal insults. One diner watched employees eat at the front desk while ignoring customers. Another was told they were too busy for a takeaway despite an empty restaurant. The prices high, the quality questionable, the aftermath midnight stomach rebellions. Then there's Quimia, where children under 8 are treated like contraband. One family received an email bluntly stating their kids weren't welcome. No refunds, no apologies, just a digital shrug. Even Michelin-starred pretensions can't mask the rigid, joyless service. Finally, Libertos Club, where fun goes to die. Entry fees buy you watered-down drinks, DJs who torture beats into submission, and security that ejects guests for complaining. Tables cost hundreds, but drinks never arrive. Strangers swarm you like opportunistic seagulls, and the vibe is less party and more police surveillance zone. In summary, businesses near Clube Albufeira Garden Village, Albufeira, are a carnival of dysfunction. The shopping is unsafe, the spas are stressful, the food is a gamble, and the nightlife is a scam. If you must venture out, pack patience, lock your valuables, and maybe just stay by the pool.
Oh, I was just looking into what happens near Clube Albufeira Garden Village, Albufeira. Like, you think it's all sunny beaches and happy tourists, but no. So many scams, Like businesses here, they can be tricky. First, like shops around Clube Albufeira Garden Village, Albufeira, some of them, they just take your money and run. There was this phone shop, right? Tourists go in, think they're getting a good deal, but then boom, the phone doesn't work or it's stolen or the shop just closes the next day. Poof, gone, and the poor tourist, they're stuck with nothing, Probably cried in their hotel room, called their bank, but too late. And the shop owner probably just opened another shop 2 streets over. Us. Then, like, restaurants near Clube Albufeira Garden Village, Albufeira, oh my god, some of them add extra charges to your bill. Service fee, tourist tax, things you didn't order. And if you complain, they act like you're the crazy one. Oh, but you ordered this special water. No, I did, and what can you do? Pay because you're tired and sad and just want to leave. The waiter, probably laughing in the back, and don't even get me started on the souvenir shops. Fake, handmade stuff, triple the price. Oh, this is real Portuguese pottery. No, it's from a factory in China, I checked. And the poor grandma who bought it, she'll take it home, show her friends, and then, oops, it breaks in 2 days. And the shop, still there, still scamming. Oh, and those little markets